Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Felon 45 Health Tarot plus political and personal astrology afterwards for us. So, this one's for Saturday, April 26th. And just in case I forget to say it, Mercury's out of the retrograde today, so communication should flow more smoothly. Devices should work better. Okay, Donald. Dotard, Donald, right there. Ooh, we had this card before. Okay, hold on. So, 8 of Cups in the morning. That's not good on the health level. Hermit reversed. King of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. Ooh, and 4 of Swords. Well, hold on. Let me bring this up a little. That's not so bad considering it's the evening. That would be a time of resting. But on the health levels, the theme here is thinking clearly, is legal issues maybe bothering him. I mean, I think he's learning. I mean, of course, I don't know how much he's learning, but learning through the lens of, just trying and making major mistakes. I think he's having judges hold him accountable. All these lower court judges who are saying, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't, because he has, well, last I checked, he had 204 legal cases against him just since the inauguration. So, and some of them are pretty darn serious, and there are some major serious investigations going on as well. So, yeah, that's what the King of Swords means to me. And that will affect his health because it's hard to think clearly when you're really stressed out, when there's a lot of stress. But then again, on the health level, on the body level, this is our card for kidneys, blood sugar levels. Sometimes, I don't know if he might be diabetic, but he would never say it, because everything is great. All his stats are normal. Sure. So, yeah, I'm just feeling like it's blood sugar stuff. Now, 8 of Cups, I feel relates to addiction for him, and he's not taking self-responsibility. He's just trying to avoid it and walk away from it and still eat what he wants and drink what he wants, whatever. It's all his Diet Coke. God, can you imagine? Over all those years. And what it does to the brain, like aspartame on the brain, is so bad. And it does dry out all the mucous membranes and all of that. So his eyes are probably dry and scratchy all the time. And I'm sure he's living in chronic dehydration, whether he realizes it or not. So anyway, but traditionally when we look at the 8 of Cups on a health level, this is about being tired and having lymphatic issues. It's also my card, besides addictions, for, tumors and maybe even a skeletal system issue. And I always remember that by the fact that, it takes a lot of strength in your bones to climb up hills. So, but anyway, I feel it's mostly, I really do feel like he's tired and weary, wakes up exhausted, and it's just like lymphatic issues aren't working well either. So holding water, and that makes the person feel even more tired, of course. Now, the Hermit coming through in the reverse position, this rules the spleen. This is our card that's ruled by Virgo. So we're talking the spleen, we're talking the, maybe even appendicitis, because it's that same area of the body. It's also our card for, in the reverse position, for digestion problems, intestines. Actually, upright or reverse would be digestion and intestines. That's the Virgo realm, the endocrine system. But it could be, because it's come through reverse, this could be an acute illness. An acute illness. And it could be some remnants of COVID for him, because he got it bad. He had it real bad. So anyways, okay. Traveling over here to the Six of Pentacles. This has to do with, because, Taurus, we're talking, ears, throat, all of that. Neck issues, maybe even. But stomach issues as well. I think it's needing more water. Something's just going out. There's no reciprocal energy there. And I think it's like a kind of an early night for him, even though it's probably normally like a party on night at Mar-a-Lago or wherever the place he's at. But the Four of Swords is needing extra rest. Actually, a lot of these cards are. And you need even more rest when you're sick. And I think he is pretty sick. I really do. So, yeah. Now, on the severe levels of health, this would be high blood pressure, because we're talking Jupiter and Libra needs to balance things out, but high blood pressure, immobility, diabetes, maybe insulin, problems that way as well. So, yeah. Okay, let's look at the astrology. So it's the day before the new moon, and that should be good for us for manifesting, because it's in Taurus, and we have the moon. I'm sorry, the sun is at 6 degrees. It'll be at 7 tomorrow, and the moon will be at 7 there. But right now, it's still in Aries, so we have a lot of a huge lineup here in Aries. And the moon has crossed over, we've had that communication possibly in dream time with our higher selves, with source energy, with our guides, guardian angels that are cheering us on our path. Venus is getting ready to, Venus will be in Aries before we know it. So that's really helpful. And then the moon right here, when it gets conjunct Chiron, and so we're in the morning, it's halfway. We're in that phase of learning lessons. For people in government, it's I like to call it the F around and find out phase, because they don't seem to learn lessons. Except for the smart ones that are fighting for us. This could be very energizing for those who fight for us, because it's joining up with Chiron, which is fighting for the underdog. So there may very well be more protests this weekend. I haven't heard of any being organized, but why couldn't there just be all kinds of pop-up things happening? Why not? Keep them off guard, right? So there's that, and then it'll be about 2 p.m. that the moon is conjunct Chiron, and actually right there with Eris. So this makes for a very powerful day for moving forward. And of course, we still have that fixed energy going on here to move forward. And we can see Mars is almost exact with the opposition to Pluto. It's at 3. They're both at 3 degrees, but it's Mars just has to get to that 48-degree mark. But it's, effectively it's there. It's already there. So I'm not going to worry about it. And it's, we'll still be feeling it for like a week after. Anyway, we'll be feeling this all next week. So so breakthroughs, if we stand up and we're courageous and we keep fighting and we keep networking with each other, helping each other out as much as we can. And then we can also see we have a lot of semi-squares here. So there's the semi-square that we had before. It's come back again because the moon kind of inched forward. I'm sorry, the sun inched forward a little. So this point here with Jupiter, again, this is communicative type of energy where we're gathering information and we're putting it out there, we're sharing it with everyone, and the sun is supporting being the weekend. The sun is helping us to figure out what we really want. Venus rules Taurus and Libra, but with Venus here, or with Venus, the ruler of Taurus, and the sun in Taurus, it's kind of like having, a month of Venusian energy. And Venusian energy likes to unify. It likes unity. And it does make comparison values, again, around like who's for us and who's not, who's against us and who's with us kind of thing. And then we will move forward according to that, because it's all about safety and security when it's in Taurus. But with Jupiter here at the midpoint between the sun and Mars, it's really important to focus in on the fact that people are still trying to make decisions about where they want to go. And the more we continue to tell the truth, gather, information and tell the truth, put it out there on our social media accounts, and anytime somebody's questioning the reality, you can share what you know. So there's that. Now, I forgot to say yesterday I keep forgetting every day to remember to talk about the body parts that the signs rule. So with the moon changing every 2.5 days, I need to focus on that more. So yell at me when I forget. So the moon in Aries rules the head, okay? A head and eyes. So when the moon's, in Aries, we want to be extra careful, protecting our eyes and making sure we get enough water so we don't get headaches, and protecting our head as well. When the moon's in Taurus, it's the neck and throat, TMJ issues sometimes. Ears, right? The whole 5th chakra is olfactory glands, all of that is Taurus energy. So with, all month with the sun in Taurus, we will probably be listening better and slowing down more. But if we have any dizzy problems, that could be inner ear. We might be careful with that. So let's see. What else? Oh, that's right. The other one over here. So there's, here, let me see. Maybe it shows up if I have the aspects of the tight orb. Nah, it went away. Okay, let me just go back. Because there's one here, it's just hard to figure out which. 6 degrees over to 23 degrees. That's well, there's the one from Uranus here to, from Uranus to, no wonder it's hard to see, from Uranus to Mercury. Okay, so that means if you're trying to make any decisions, it might help to talk things through with yourself and with other people, and then and then there could be a breakthrough, like there's enlightenment that comes through, but it's always going to harken back to money and security issues, or taking good care of your body, because if you don't do that, you don't have any of the other. It's just the way it works, and we have to learn that the hard way sometimes, especially when we're younger. So yeah, cycles of crash and burn sometimes. Burn out, and then, oh no, it's the sofa for 2 days or something, or stay in bed because you got sick. So anyway, there's another one under here coming from Ceres over to the sun. So that really reinforces that need for taking good care of yourself. And look how Ceres is so close to, well, here, I can just do it back up this way. Ceres is so close to the North Node. So more and more, we are wanting to, really nurture ourselves. Ceres will show up and tell us how we're taking care of ourselves or not. So when it's conjunct the North Node, we're all headed in that direction to be we are more sensitive than ever. And because of that sensitivity, we're learning what works and what doesn't. And remember, the nodes go backwards. So these two the Ceres is it's a planet just like, Pluto and Eris, all of them. It's just that it's smaller. But anyway, these two are moving together, even closer. Because it won't be long. Well, it won't be too long at all before it might even be tomorrow the next day, where the North Node will be at 25 degrees of Pisces, and then we'll only be 2 degrees apart. So we can look forward to more sensitivity, more compassion, more caring about immigration and people being treated fairly. And also more artistic endeavors, more, anybody who's working on musical projects, singers, songwriters, shout out to Pam Rose, and any other creative projects you guys have going on, no matter what it is, this is a good time for it. It really is. So, okay, I think that's probably it for today, because everything else is the same as it has been the last couple of days, except for that, you see, of course, the moon is always the thing moving the most. Yeah, and that's the case because I don't know where you live, so I have to do a 0 degrees Aries chart, but where you live would determine the ascendant, and it moves 4 degrees 1 degree every 4 minutes. So, yeah, that's just like another whole thing. So it's moving all the time. But the ascendant, it has to do with like what we're attracting. So it could be kind of fun to track. So, okay, well, that's it for today, you guys. Take good care. Bye.